Hi, my name is Mark Stipic. I'm the WorkCover guy. Thanks very much for tuning in. I answer the questions that people most commonly ask me about WorkCover, and you can leave me a question too just by commenting under a YouTube channel or contacting me on social media. Use the hashtag #TheWorkCoverGuy and I'll be happy to answer your question. Today, the question I'm answering is, what are medical and like expenses? You might be compelled to ask this question because quite often when a WorkCover insurer is sending a letter out to an injured worker or to an employer, they're usually referring to two things when it comes to a claim being accepted or terminated. They're either referring to weekly payments or they're referring to some form of medical and like expenses. Now, I've covered in a separate video that weekly payments is basically covering off an injured worker's loss of income. Medical and like expenses broadly covers everything else, pretty much any material expense that a worker might incur as a result of their injury. So the sort of things that might come up are visits to the doctor for medical certificates, attending treatment such as physiotherapy, travel expenses is covered under it, home help sometimes, according to certain criteria. So there's a bunch of things that can come up under a WorkCover claim. For an injured worker, or for you as the employer processing expenses, the question to ask is, if it wasn't for the injury, would the person be incurring this cost? And if the answer is, well, they're claiming for a particular type of medication to treat the pain for this particular injury, okay, then it's likely that it's considered a medical and like expense and that it's covered under their WorkCover claim. WorkCover does have a bunch of different policies and criteria around what is or isn't accepted. So anything that's a bit outside of the box, it's worth double checking with a case manager or checking what the policy is on that, as well as also being mindful that there is a scheduled fee. So WorkCover, like Medicare, has their own fee schedule as to how much can and can't be paid. So for injured workers, sometimes there might be a gap fee. If the injured worker is wanting to see a particular doctor who charges higher than the WorkCover rate, the injured worker is going to need to make a call as to whether they want to absorb that gap fee or whether perhaps the doctor's willing to see them for a reduced rate, or if you need to source another doctor who only charges the scheduled fee. I hope this has been helpful for you. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name's Mark Stipic. I'm the WorkCover guy. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and have a look at markstipic.com.au also.